Minimal side critical bless us. All right. This is now the time where I cut off ties with a lot of you all that I used to call my brothers. For in a time so precious and revealing as now, they profess to have chosen the path of the beasthood to spread false knowledge about Mendes, that old goat, the Baphomet. These new agers don't know that this thing that they call Satan is an evil force. It is an etheric force that belongs to a being that they call Set, or in these modern times, Lucifer, meaning the physical world, the animal, the primal pleasures and instinct of a man. Satanism is self-worship. And you have the etheric entities of the dark forces that tag alongside devils and trapped souls. I'll never forget the eternal souls who sought after the darkness, who lived it, professed it, burning, screaming for mercy within that demon, yelling to me for help, begging me, one telling me, don't end up like me, I'm in here forever, I'm in here forever. I'll never forget that. For you, the living, I tell you this now, you better get right now. Forget about the lost ones. Forget about them. My spirit, when I had that ascending event, those of you who are religious, you would call it the rapture. I had a rapture event, and my spirit told me once I was going up, it was never meant for me to save everybody, to save everyone. This is truer than I ever thought now, because a lot of you just want self-gratification, the image of power, the image of respect, even trampling on things I say so you can uplift yourself for the viewers. But a lot of viewers, you all have been tainted as well. This world belongs to the darkness. So as you go into the darkness, you will find yourself being with many people of comfort. The ones of light, we don't have any comfort here. So check this out. Even though I know this to be true, that a lot of you all chose willingly to go into the Baphomet and all these different things, I'm going to explain to you. You remember the Illuminati put people in our paths that we idolize. And they put them in different places, especially the conscious group, and they make you feel like, they start professing. I remember when I was young, and that particular guy that looked like me and you started talking about the Baphomet and how it's actually a good thing. No, because what I'm about to show you now is the reality behind what they're doing. Remember, they're brothers and sisters within the beasthood. That's why I follow no man, because all of you are corrupted, and you sisters. Like I say, forget about the lost. And as true as this may be, I will help as many as you as I can. Now this guy is talking about a lady who went through a horrific experience of being kidnapped. Remember I told you, the CIA and different parts of the government are really Satanists, and they go around as hit squads, and they kidnap people within these blue, these black, and these white vans all across America. And hundreds of thousands of people, over 700,000 people, go missing a year, and it's due to these occultic, ritualistic sacrifices that's ordained by the government. And there's a list that shows many different organizations, rich, powerful, respected, religious groups, different, the corporations and stuff that belong to these satanic, ritualistic, occultist groups that kill hundreds of thousands of men, women, and children each year. This former agent is talking about one of the women that went through this experience of being kidnapped due for satanic, ritualistic murder. Listen to her story. She has spiritual encounters too with her inner being as well as she goes through this ordeal.
It started Saturday night. I was walking across the parking lot in Oakland. Four guys got out of a car and grabbed me. They gave me a shot with a hypodermic needle in my thigh. I was unconscious for seconds. When I woke up, I had handcuffs on behind my back. My feet were tied together. The handcuffs were tied to something I couldn't move. They put tape over my eyes and my mouth. I didn't know where I was or how long I was there. I was thirsty and felt like I couldn't breathe. I had to go to the bathroom. I was terrified. I laid there and thought about what had happened to me over a long period of time. I'm not a religious person, but I prayed for the first time in my life for God to save me.
All that shit people be talking about, go with the devil and all that stuff, and the Bachman and all that. If something like this ever was to happen, I guarantee you'll piss in your pants and you will pray to God for help. You go to the hospital and you find out you on your last day or something, you're going to pray to the Creator.
I must have. I went to sleep and dreamed. In the dream, I saw a big white dog. It sat down, turned its head sideways, and looked at me. I felt like the dog was a girl dog, and she came to help me. I can't explain it any other way.
Do you hear what she said? So when she passed out from the epidermic needle that they stuck her with when they kidnapped her out of parking lot, she fell asleep out of fear, and she was praying for God to save her. And she had a dream about a white dog. See, when you have a dream about the white dog or a white animal, a white tiger, a white wolf, or anything like that, that is your inner spirit. Sometimes it's said that you have an animal with you, a pure animal. They'll come in white, right? And that's the form of sometimes your guide. It can shapeshift, and it will come to lead you, to help you.
Then I got up and ran away. I don't know why I'm even saying this. It just seems weird and real. I woke up again. I had to go to the bathroom so bad I finally gave up and urinated in my pants. It was awful. Then it was wet and cold. After a long time, I heard noises like a car door opening, and a couple of guys grabbed me. One guy said, on the floor. The other guy said something like, shut up, clean it up, and load this stuff in. I'm pretty sure now I was in the van, in the back of a van. They took me into a search or something, or in the house or something. The guy said, if you cooperate, we won't hurt you. If you struggle, we will kill you. Is that understood? I nodded my head, yes. What could I do? He said, would you like something to drink? I nodded yes. And they took the tape off my mouth and gave me some water or something. It tasted funny. They started to take my clothes off, and I was sure they were going to rape me. The guy said, just relax, we're going to give you a bath now. They guided me into a bathtub and washed me all over with the cloth and shampooed my hair. I was really scared. It was weird. They dried me off and blew my hair dry with a blower dryer and a brush. They put tape back on my mouth and put a white terry cloth robe on me. They set me down on the chair. I couldn't see anything because the tape on my eyes. I could see the voice. I could hear voices in another room. I was getting pretty sleepy. I think that there was something in the water they gave me. Then a couple of...
All right, so they drug them. What they end up doing is they fill up their cup full of these things to get them drugged, and they curse them. They put curses on them too, but that's actually at the ceremonies that they do.
Guys got to me. They took me out and put me in the back of the van and drove away. I knew there were other people in the van, but they didn't talk. They just played this loud, instrumental, heavy metal music. They drove me for a long time. I felt very sleepy. After a long time, the van stopped. A couple got me out. My feet were bare, and I was standing in dirt. I heard a lot of people talking quietly. I heard clicking noises in the van. A guy beside me said, "What are you doing?" The other guy said, getting ready for sanitizing after. Then the first guy said, "Dude, we haven't had the party yet." I thought it was so weird, I remembered it.
The party is the ceremony.
Then I heard a woman's voice say, "This is the sacrifice." She untied my robe and put her hands on my breasts. She said, how did she test? The guy said, perfectly.
Now, when she said, how did she test? And she said, perfectly. Remember, drinkers of blood, what they have to do is they have to test you to see if you're HIV positive or if anything is wrong with your blood, because they're going to drink it.
Her body next to me, I could feel her. She was naked. She said to my ear, "I'm going to drink your blood." I felt suddenly very sick. I started to collapse. A big guy picked me up and walked with me. Then they set me down and took off the handcuffs. They tied my hands and arms and put a rope around my neck. They took the tape off my eyes. I was in the forest. They had tied me to a tree or something. I was so scared I was shaking. I knew I was going to die. Four naked women walked to me. One was wearing chains with rings in her nipples, and she had a big knife. She ripped the tape off my mouth and touched my breast with the knife. Then she jabbed at my face repeatedly with the knife. I was terrified. I wanted to kill her. They tied the rope opening behind me. They touched me. I don't want to be graphic, but they did the sexual things to me. They made me have an orgasm. Then they did things to each other and masturbated and had wild orgasms. This was the worst awful woman were doing this to me. I hope they all get terminal disease and rot in hell. Some guys unrolled a big plastic sheet in front of me and made a fire. It was getting dark. A bunch of people gathered in front of me. They were all naked and they started chanting some weird language.
They were chanting the old Druid language, or witches language, or it can be Latin.
A man came and stood in front of me. He was older than the others, maybe 30. He was over 6 feet tall and a real lean build. His hair was almost black, so was his beard.
That is the Goat Man. See, they drugged you up so you didn't get a clear face, but you were hypnotized by his snake eyes.
He had weird eyes. Somebody was behind me and pulled the rope tight on my neck. He had his hands on my breast. I stared at him. He stared at me and never blinked. I couldn't help looking into his eyes. It was like hypnosis. He put me in a trance. It was like...
See, the eyes of the Goat Man put you in a trance. When they have these sexual rituals, when they're going to kill you, the Goat Man comes and he has sex with you. The Baphomet, he comes and he has sex with you over your body. And it's like when you're drugged, it's like sort of like you're in and out of a dream state. So you can't really tell, but you're still aware. You know what I mean?
Like staring at a snake.
She said it was like staring at a snake. Now, I'm going to show you a clip from Rosemary's Baby of the Goat Man that they showed. See, these are things that they really show you. Alright? Now, what ended up happening to that lady was this man was sent by an angel, and he shot a few of them down, and he was actually tried. But she said when he took her and he ended up shooting some of them, the Goat Man poured water over the flames, and he went away, and he told the rest of them to kill her. And the naked man tried to run up and stab her, but this guy came out of nowhere. He was told by angels to come and save her, and his eyes was glowing blue and green, fluorescent. He was sent by an angel, and he killed them and rescued her. And before she passed out, he said that he has to stay off the grid and don't tell anyone, and just a couple of numerous things. This guy actually been tried too for shooting some of the people and rescuing her. All right, so I'm going to show you a few different clips, all right, and some different things too. All right, she had sex with a guy that with the Goat Man, with the Baphomet, and this is what they did. You see the goat hands and all of that, the hairy arms, the tall, towering man. She's drugged right now. They drugged her, and having sex. So they're making her have an orgasm, but she's seeing who it is. The man with the snake eyes. And she said it's not a dream, this is real. They know what they put in these movies. Now you remember, it's hundreds of thousands of people that go missing each year. What you're looking at here is some files from the Department of Justice and the FBI. They put together a file and sent out in all 50 states to police stations all over America about to try to help curb the unprecedented satanic sacrifices going on in America, because it's so crazy that, like I said, it's over 700,000 people per year, men, women, and children, that is being sacrificed to the goat. The goat. Don't you see little trickle down messages and hints through society, and we all praise it and all that? Now there are people that I used to call my brothers that are coming on here and talking about the Baphomet like they understand it, the Mendes. You know, that this is why I cut ties. This is here and now why I cut ties with my former brothers. For in a time so precious as this, so revealing as now, they profess to have chosen the path of the beasthood. Mendes, that old goat, man, Baphomet. These new ages have no clue about the forces, the satanic forces of Set, the evil forces, the etheric energy of that thing called Set or Lucifer. Satanism is the direct belief and worship of self, the physical world, the animal, the primal pleasures and instincts of man. And you have the etheric entities that tag alongside these devils and demons and trapped souls. The eternal souls that burn within these beings, they sought it after the dark side. They lived it. Some even professed it. I'll never forget those screams of the trapped souls burning, screaming for mercy and help, some angry cussing. One telling me, "Don't end up like me. I'm in here forever. I'm in here forever." I'll never forget that. For you, the living who I'm speaking to, I tell you this now. You better get right now. Forget about the lost. My spirit, when I had that rapture event, that ascending event happen to me, when my inner being told me it was never up to me to save everybody. Now, in these times, I witnessed it to be true. But as true as it is, I vow I will help as many as you as I can before I die by my virtues. So what you're looking at here is the years, the days and months of the years of the witches, the occult, and Satanists. They all have these days in common. Some may vary by the moon, the schedule and the cycle of the moon, by a little bit, but the remaining ceremonies stay the same. Okay, and the night precedes the day in the dark world, in the dark left-hand path. Okay, that's why they do a lot of rituals between the hours of like 11:30 and 4 a.m. Okay, so let's look at January through February. You see January 7th right here. They show the blood. That's what type of ritual? Blood ritual. Remember, this is gathered up by the feds and the Department of Justice. All right, the blood ritual on January 7th. The ceremony is animal and human blood sacrifice dismemberment. For human, age 15 to 33, male. Let's look at this. The satanic revels. That's a sexual ritual that conjures up demons. Alright? What type of ceremony? Sexual, that involves oral, anal, and vaginal sex with a female age 7 to 17. Alright, let's see. January 20th to the 27th, sacrifice preparation time. That's the kidnappings, holding, and ceremonial preparation of persons for human sacrifices, any age. Let's see right now. January 26th, grand climax, 5 weeks and 1 day after winter solstice. The Moor ritual, which consists of sacrifices of female child. Then you have oral, anal, or vaginal sex with their body. Female, ages 7 to 17. All right, you have this Lady Day. Okay, the Sabbath festival marks the transformation of the goddess from mother to young virgin. The ceremonial mass initiations and animal and human sacrifices. Female, ages 7 to 17. All right, satanic revels. That's when they conjure up devils. Sexual ritual. All right, oral, anal, and vaginal ritual ceremony. Female ages 7 to 17. Okay, and on February 2nd again, full moon, Esbat magic meeting, blood ritual of animal sacrifice, adult. Okay, and the worst ones I seen was March. That's why Future said March Madness. You have so much different the drinking of babies' blood on certain times and sacrificing certain males and females and different ages 0 to certain things, man. It's the worst, man. This whole, and they have different pendants that mean different things upon the altar. They drink the blood from chalices. um, After they skin the babies alive, sometimes they cut children's necks from ear to ear, skin them alive and hang them upside down and drain them with their neck open, and have sex with the bodies and bash newborn babies against the walls and do many. And one woman, she, after stabbing her through the ear from ear to ear, they stuck a 45 caliber in her vagina and pulled the trigger, and that's what killed her. Different, many gruesome things, man. Hundreds of thousands of people go missing each year, men, women, and children, to praise the Baphomet. I can show you the whole calendar, but I'm not going to. Okay? So, let me show you this now. Now let's get into what they do.
You must want the 33rd degree. When you reach the 33rd degree level, you get a ring, and inscribed on it is your title, which is worthy of worship. You really think he's worthy of worship? Was he get sodomized by enough donkeys that got him that title?
You have to do all these things according to their schedule. You can't deviate from it on these holy days. You must do it. That's why. And then it's the government that sanctions it. Within the pages of this book, with these files, they also have the names of many different powerful corporations and groups and religious organizations that run America today that's a part of this. So to go up against this, you literally have to build your own army and go against the government, or have the power of the light with you.
You get what I'm saying? So this is the industry, y'all. This is the
And Mariah Carey's own older sister had a court battle with their mother because their mother was a Satanist, and they used to make multiple men have sex with her and do many evil things. And they had evil ceremonies of demonic worship and conjuring demons and stuff too in New York. And you can look it up.
this is the industry that's going on in America, and most of these guys and girls hate to be alone. And get this, most of them don't have any mirrors in their house. Why is it important not to have mirrors in your house? Because once you have sold your soul, you see images of demons. That's a true fact. Because you don't have any light. The only light you have is faith. And they hate looking in the mirror. The only time they look in the mirror is when I.
You heard what he said? You don't have any life or light. The only light you have is faith. So they don't like looking in the mirror. Some of you people just have faith or belief in certain things. You don't have that light. The light comes from the heart.
Stylist come over. They don't even comb their hair until the stylist come over. That's how paranoid they are. They hate to be alone so bad. They keep people around them. See, I couldn't understand that way back in the day. Like, why do they have to have so many entourage? Because they're scared out of their wits.
How greedy are you? How bad do you really want it? Because you're going to have to do a lot of vile and disgusting things to be awarded it. You're awarded it. You're allowed to succeed. That's how much Satan controls. Going to be a network news anchor on one of his media stations. You're going to have to be putting your time into the rituals. Sacrificing babies, dolls. That's not once a year, folks. They have to do it constantly.
See, that's not once a year, folks. They have to do it constantly. They have a schedule for these things. That's why some of them be sick to their stomach. Why do you think a lot of them be like drinking blood on TV, like in their videos and doing these things? Look at Travis Scott. Travis Scott just sacrificed 8 people. You don't believe me? Look at the aerial view, the top view of the concert. It was an upside down cross, and alongside of the cross, it was the stage, and the stage had the Black Mountains. Kanye West had the video where Money Was Power in the video, and they were about the Black Mountains. Now, some of my brothers and sisters are leading my brothers and sisters down the path of the beasthood, talking about the Baphomet. These people have on their chalices, when you read the FBI files, and these people have chalices with the goat head on there, representing Mendes, that old goat that comes down when you do these sacrifices. Okay, they praise many different demons. These are pathetic demons that do hold power and forces over this world that you have no clue of, that would destroy you. Just like Anton LaVey, this man thought he had and held power over the power of darkness. Just like King Solomon, when he had power over the darkness, both light and dark, and the demons got him and destroyed him. Do you know why? Just like in Shazam, when his brethren had power over the darkness and got killed. Do you see the constant theme? You can't control it. It's not for you to control. This is a war. Don't send my people to those mountains. Anyway, you're going to go to the mountains for the brothers and sisters that's doing that. But let me hit you with another one. All right? This is not just them doing it or they. You have these people all across the land, my own people, here and in different places. Jamaica as well, Trinidad, where I'm from, and every different place. Let me take you across the ocean. Let's go to my people that's doing these things right now. All right, this is in Jamaica. This is a gangster in Jamaica. See, we got people in our own neighborhoods that do this. All right, this man, he's a part of an occult, occult group. All right, that worships the Baphomet, and what he did for protection is he drank the blood from the head of a goat, all right, in hopes that Lord Mendes would help him, protect him from safety. And he still died. All right, see, because the thing is, they want your soul. These things don't want you. So it'll give you a little bit of power and money because those things are material. And when it fades, your ass is theirs. His name is Big Dog, a Jamaican local, I don't know if he's a drug lord or something or whatever, but he's dead now. Just died. Another video of my people doing witchcraft in Jamaica. A lady had sex with multiple men, and she belonged to a satanic church. This man's satanic church. And she had sex, and her husband ended up coming in the room because her stomach hurted. And someone pushed on her stomach to help get something out, and it was a frog that she ended up giving birth to. A frog came out. Now, this is a part of witchcraft, if you know. There's an actual video of it on Instagram. I don't know if it's still up, but you can watch that. This world we're living in right now, man, it's about to end. Not, I don't know how soon, but soon. And I want you all to get in tune and get right, all right? William Shatner, all right, the guy, from Star Trek, Scotty Beam Me Up, the famous guy. He recently, a few weeks ago, just went to space, and the man came back crying and all that. And when he was interviewed, he said what he seen was death. He said this planet is so fragile, just with a little sheet of blue across it, and everything is darkness and black. And then he started talking about the coming catastrophic event. Signs of the times.
I mean, what a thrilling 10 minutes. Had everything. We're so happy that you're It had everything. And the realization once again, the fragility of this planet, the coming catastrophic event.
What? Let's run that back. Let's run that back. What he saying?
The fragility of this planet, the coming catastrophic event, and we all have to clean this act up now.
Whew. What he say? What he say? Let's play that again.
The fragility of this planet, the coming catastrophic event, and we all have to clean this act up now.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I don't know everything, but I know something. And something ain't right. You all chose to believe in whatever you believe in, man. But just know this. They all know about them Black Mountains and billions of souls going there. I spoke about this with my former veterans. You all continue to preach and continue to believe in what you believe in. Go into the negative, the digression of souls. Even some of my brothers are telling me that they saw themselves shape shift and all that. You go ahead and shape shift. There's a place for you all.